All right, Star Wars fans, from the makers of Psychos in Love came Galactic Gigolo. Let's check it out.
What was it?
This is a broccoli, and he's on a game show in his
I know this one.
outer world, wherever the hell he is. But he wins the prize.
Horniest town in the galaxy. You'll get your choice of one of 5 surefire Earthling disguises and a fashion-coordinated wardrobe that'll drive the prospect girls wild. Disguise number 3.
He has multiple options as to how he wants to appear to Earthlings.
Number 4, the chinless pervert. Disguise
He chooses
number
this
5,
one.
the lovable sleazoid.
I think I'll take number 5, Crabbo.
So he arrives in Prospect, Connecticut. And runs right into some yokels, who of course try to kill him. He's here to sleep with every woman in town.
You're planning to partake in matters of a sexual nature with the females of your species. And I would like to begin with you, and I believe her.
Who is that, Kelly? It's Eoj from the planet Croy-Wen, located in the star system Suna. Yeah, what's your...
And amazingly, it works. I can't show you what they did, but you get the
You
gist.
look great. Come again.
I don't think I could. I gotta remember that. 1 left, quickly followed by 2 rights.
Spades.
Eoj becomes famous.
Vegetable.
I beg your pardon?
A party vegetable, a wild and willing broccoli. See, my planet Croy-Wen is populated only by vegetables.
But you could turn yourself, say, into a dog or cat right before our eyes?
Well, I'm not supposed to, but...
The yokels.
He ain't no faggot after all.
No, he ain't no faggot.
Shut up and listen.
I'll basically sleep with every woman in Prospect, Connecticut, and then go home.
Well, what if some of them just don't want to sleep with you?
But that can't happen.
What are you gonna do, rape them?
You won't have to rape no one.
He won't have to rape anyone.
Then he shows how he's gonna do it. He's got some power over all the women. Just waving his hands, and next thing you know, they're stripping. This is Hildy. She wants to write a book about him.
Eoj, Portrait of a Stripper. I'll call it Broccoli from Outer Space.
Exactly.
And what do you get out of it?
All exclusive rights, maybe a little fame and fortune.
Oh, fame and fortune, 2 of my 3 favorite F words.
Well,
Trying to say, babe.
The local mafia wants to take advantage of him
I
too.
thought since the spaceman's here looking for women, that maybe you could use me as bait. I mean, maybe I could seduce the spaceman into working for us.
Eoj's condition is further aggravated by the non-existence of any types or sort of concave orifice, soft, moist, and waiting, that may accept his vegetose phallus.
What?
There's no pussy on his planet.
See, we're only allowed to visit Earth for 2 weeks at a time. Elvis wouldn't leave. He stayed here a long time, and he lost the ability to take on different forms.
Apparently
So he had to come
Elvis
back to us.
was one of them.
That's why leaders put a 10-year ban on Earth visits. You still dressed?
not for long.
I'm doing pretty good for a broccoli, aren't I?
The yokels show up.
What do you want?
Just hang over the spaceman, lady, and no one will get hurt.
They kidnap him.
I'll pay him back with their spaceman type picture I saw my book. Hey, speaking comics.
And the mafia want him too.
Down. What in the name of rooster dropping?
Drop down. Don't emphasize your shortcomings. Is it true that you can change the way you look?
Yeah.
Great, well that'll come in handy.
Come in handy doing what?
What shall I call it then? Fund relocation. Yeah, we want to give you a position in our fund relocation business.
In other words, robbing banks.
To help them relocate funds from banks into their pockets. Are you okay?
What took you so
That's
long?
Waldo.
I thought those rednecks were gonna kill me. But do you care? No, you don't care. Do you know how long I've been sitting here waiting for you to show up whenever you felt?
Never mind.
Ultimately, this is going to lead to a showdown. The yokels and the mafia show up at the same time.
I heard you the first time.
They're shooting at Waldo.
Are you suggesting that I go out and save Waldo rather than have my way with Dr. Pepper?
Yeah, I think we should help Waldo.
Who do we want to win this fight? Eoj! Eoj! Who do we want to bowl tonight? Eoj! Eoj! He's from outer space and out of sight. Eoj! Eoj! He may be a broccoli, but he's all right. Eoj!
Excuse me, sir, but how's it been going? Oh, not real good. First, the lady with the hooter shoots at me and makes me dance just like Elvis Presley. And then the wimpy little guy kabunkers me over the head with a baseball bat. I've seen better days.
Tell me, Eoj, how does it feel to be victorious?
Great. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've only got 3 hours, 8 minutes, and 0 seconds left, and I've got a monumental task to complete. Wanna fuck?
Oh, I know you were going to say
Elodie's
that.
going to miss him.
So when do you think the next Croy Wayne game will visit Earth?
Probably sooner than you think. Why? Now that the ban's been lifted, I wouldn't be surprised if someone left as soon as I landed on Croyland.
He turns into a broccoli and they say their goodbyes.
Bye, Eldie. I'll miss you too.
Right after he leaves, someone else arrives. And he encounters the yokels. And that's our film. All right, let's talk about Galactic Gigolo. Now, how do I have this film? Well, the video store that I used to work in when I was in college, TNR Video, Two Rivers, Wisconsin, long gone. They had this videotape, Galactic Gigolo, and then at some point later on, they started selling some of their tapes. This one was on the market, so I snatched it up for about $5, and I owned Galactic Gigolo. I found out years later it was made by the same people who put together Psychos in Love. I think this is the follow-up to Psychos in Love, which I love. Love that movie. I believe I reviewed that one at some point in the past year. Same silliness, same goofiness. This one has a lot more nudity, a lot more boobs, I should say. There's no lower frontal nudity, but there's a lot of boobs in this movie. A cast of virtually no one outside of the main characters who we've seen a couple of times. And it was made in Connecticut, I think, where they all lived. The story is about a planet filled with vegetables. And there's a game show, and the lead character, Eoj, he's a broccoli. He wins a trip to Earth. And he has a task when he's on Earth. He's supposed to go to Earth and make love to every single woman in Prospect, Connecticut. How many that is, I'm not sure. But he has a way with the ladies. And he gets down there and he can just kind of wave his hands around and they start stripping. And they're all attracted to him. So it's a good gig. Right away he goes to the first house, knocks on the door. He tells these two lovely ladies why he's there. And they invite him right in. And they all pleasure each other. It's a great time. So there's some yokels he runs into who are always trying to kill him because they don't want them taking their women. There's the local mafia who are a bunch of dimwits who are trying to capture him because they want to use him. He also has the ability to turn into anything like a cat or dog or whatever. They think they can somehow use that to help him rob banks. So everybody's after Eoj. Meanwhile, he just stops from chick to chick to chick. Now, Debbie Thibault is the actress. She was the other Psycho in Love in Psychos in Love. She plays a reporter and she wants to write a book about him. So she's hanging around him the whole time. By the way, our lead character is Carmine, what's the name? Capobianco, who just died, I think, about a year or so ago. You can find him on Facebook. She's tagging along with him and starts up a friendship with him. Ultimately, it leads to a big showdown at the end. There's a big fight between Eoj, the mafia, and the yokels all at once. Eoj comes out on top. Everybody else is defeated. He makes love to the last woman he needs to, and then he turns back into a broccoli and takes off. Now, when you come to Earth, you have the option to turn yourself. You have like 5 different disguises you can use. One of those, he chose the object was like a sleazoid, I think is what it was, who is Carmen Capobianco. But there's another option. You can be Elvis or look like Elvis. Apparently Elvis Presley was a carrot. he came down to Earth, but he stayed a lot longer than he was supposed to. So anyway, the movie ends with him going back up into space, and then he's immediately replaced by somebody new, and it's an Elvis, or looking like an Elvis, and then the yokels start chasing him. That's how our movie ends. That is Galactic Gigolo. Now, is this a good movie? I mean, it's ridiculous. It's silly, but it's farcical. It knows what it is, and it's plays up to that part, and it's kind of a fun film. It's a very short film, like 80 minutes long, but it's an easy watch, and there's so many boobs in this movie that keeps it interesting too. The jokes are canned and stupid, but they're so bad that they're funny. And some of it actually is kind of quite smart humor too. I like the movie, and this is only the second time in my life I've seen it. I watched it on videotape with my Schlockmeister brother Jeff, maybe 30 years ago, and that was it. And then I watched it again today. I've had the DVD for like 20 years and just never watched it until today. I looked it up. It's only available on DVD. Cycles in Love is on Blu-ray, which I have, but this one, DVD only. So anyway, who puts this out? Full Moon. Check it out. Leave some comments. I'll leave a link to it down below. I think it's pretty cheap on Amazon, relatively, like 12 bucks or something, I think. Anyway, click that link and buy it. Leave some comments. I mean, what do you think about Galactic Gigolo? Watch it. Bye. Galactic Gigolo, and everywhere I go.